How are you doing? You alright?
Doing fine. Hope you can see us.
Right. Welcome back to Caravan Catchup. I'm Alan.
I'm Ali.
And we are the Coffeevaners. And we want to talk a little bit about winter caravanning.
Yes.
But before we do, we've got a couple of mentions.
Yes,
We've got to mention Alan and Lynn, who
we've
been out this weekend to Thornbrook Barn over at Kirby Lonsdale over at Ingleton, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we literally bumped into them on site. Absolutely lovely couple. Thanks very much. It was lovely to talk to you. Absolutely spot on, wasn't it?
YouTube. Carry on watching our YouTube.
And obviously that little Bailey Phoenix 420. What a nice little caravan, isn't it?
Yes.
So if you've got something like a Golf or a Focus or something like that, obviously that's going to go on the back really nice. And I tell you what a proper looking caravan, wasn't it?
Yes,
We've never seen one before, but it was a really nice caravan.
We haven't done
really
a look in because they were pulling
No,
off.
but it's one we're going to try and find and maybe do a review of, because from the outside it looks fantastic, doesn't it? All right, you don't have a fixed bed, and you've got to make the beds up at the front, but from the outside, what a fantastic look, isn't it, a caravan?
If I can go and do
a review of the caravan. They don't live a million miles away from us. But right, that was the Phoenix 420 that they've got, and they were towing it with a Golf. So, nice caravan.
Yes,
and we also need to say a massive shout out to Brian.
Yes.
Brian's a trucker. And he had a Bailey Ranger, didn't he?
Yeah, he lives over from us.
Not a million miles away from us. He lives over the way, but he watches all the videos. So big shout out to Brian, because he's just a really nice guy, isn't he?
It's Brian.
Right, what we want to talk to you about is winter caravanning. Because we're now getting to the end of the season and people are starting to put the caravans in storage. And we see a lot of YouTubers doing stuff that's about storing your caravan over the winter. Well, we're not going to store our caravan over the winter. We're planning on using it all the way through.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of sites that sort of close at the end of October, don't they?
Yeah.
And then they have that break and they open between Christmas and New Year and close, and then open in March, don't they?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is find those sites that are open all the way through. Because my shifts mean I'm working days, evening and nights. And when I'm working days and I finish at 4 o'clock, we want to be away for 5, on site for sort of 6, 7, and then come back on the Sunday. And we've spoke to a few. Well, we've been over at Thornbrook Barn this weekend, haven't we?
Yeah.
And they're closing at the end of the month, opening Christmas and New Year, and then reopening again in March. But there's a lot of CLs that remain, and other sites, independent sites, that remain open all the way through the year.
But they give you a time limit to get on. We can't hit
some of the time limits. They want you on, sort of 6 o'clock or whatever. And we're thinking, how do you caravan? What are you doing over the winter? Because you're finishing work at, say, 4 o'clock, as we are.
We are.
And it's already dark. So you're actually hooking up your caravan and setting off in the dark. Well, we've no problems. We've got street lights and all the rest of it. You get to site, and some of these are like in conservation areas or national parks, and there's no lights whatsoever.
But we manage.
But you will manage, because you've got the torch and all the rest of it. Your car headlights, your offside awning light, whatever you've got, and you can actually get set up maybe for 6, 7 o'clock. So what we're going to be doing is looking at sites that maybe are only an hour and a half to 2 hours away from home.
No more.
So we can maybe get set up by about 7 o'clock.
But it was straight as well. You didn't have to put no levels under it, nothing. And that would have been a lot worse.
And that's something else that we're really conscious of. When you pull onto site, and when we went to Thornbrook Barn, we arrived and it was pitch black, and I reversed the car and the caravan back onto the pitch, and the site was literally perfectly level.
Yeah.
So if we've got a perfectly level side to side, you've only got the jockey.
Right.
You've only got the jockey wheel to worry about, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it's those sites that we want to go to, isn't it?
We don't want to be level.
We don't want
steady. So
we don't want to be worrying about
in the dark.
No, we don't want to be worrying about ramps and things like that if it's dark. So what sites have you been to where you've got your side to side level absolutely perfect, and all you've got to do is literally wind the jockey wheel off the car, wind it up, put your steadies down, job sorted, and you're there for the weekend.
That's it.
And we went, and it was not only was it dark, it was a bit drizzly rain, wasn't it?
We've had rain all weekend.
In fact, it's rained all weekend. That's beside the point.
We've had a good weekend.
So you want a nice, hard standing pitch where if you want to put an awning up, it's not too hard.
No.
Where you can literally, because of the time of year, you can actually set yourself up in a very short period of time. So we got home at 4:20 from work.
Yeah.
We left here at 5:00.
No.
So
we left here at 10 to 5.
10 to 5. So we've got half an hour to up the caravan up and get away, because we've got everything sorted beforehand. And when we got to site, we were on site, and because it was level side to side, all we had to do was literally come in, put the jockey wheel down, put the level on, and put the steadies down, and we were sorted out within 15-20 minutes. And I think that's something that a lot of us that want to caravan over the winter season
We've got to think about
just makes it so much easier than having to worry about ramps and where we've been.
If we had to get ramps out, we would have been there for hours to get them right.
Yeah, because basically we're not carrying big massive torches, and we've been to Thornbrook Barn is in a dark sky area, so they can't have all the lights on the site. So the pictures were pitch black.
Yeah.
We had nothing at all. So if you're then going to get your water and you're going to connect
Make sure you've got a torch.
You've got your pump and all the rest of it. Thankfully, we've got the offside awning light and the locker light and all the rest of it. So how do you caravan in the winter? Drop us a comment and let us know how you do it. Because we've never done it before, have we?
No.
Never.
20 years ago, I didn't caravan in the winter.
No, because the caravans were different then. They were cold. Yeah. Whereas this caravan, we literally got onto site, we turned the gas on, we turned the heating on, and within 20 minutes, the caravan was showing 22 degrees, wasn't it?
Snuggy warm.
It was absolutely proper warm. And we put the caravan into night mode.
Yeah, last night.
Which was about 10 o'clock when we went to bed. We've got the whale heating system in here, and we literally clicked the night mode so it's quieter, and it stayed at
really warm this morning when we got up.
It was 18 degrees literally all night. Yeah. So we've got caravans now that are so much more well insulated that we can use them all year round. And why shouldn't we use them all year round? But other sites catered for us to do that. And it wouldn't matter to us if they were off grid.
No.
Because we've got the leisure batteries. And it's a video we're going to do about lead acid, AGM and lithium. We are going to sort of look at the sort of leisure batteries, and we'll do a video about that, which is kind of going to be a noddy guide rather than a real technical thing about batteries. But we got there, we hooked up, we set the water up, and we got everything down in 20-30 minutes.
20 minutes.
And the caravan was warm within half an hour. And like I said, we did all that when it was pitch black, didn't we? So over the winter, we're seeing the photos on Twitter, on Facebook, where people are out in the snow and all the rest of it. But what about when you finish work at 4-5 o'clock and it's already dark and you go into site how do you actually set your stall out, and how do you pick your sites? Because the sites are so
different.
diverse, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah,
And we're thinking we're going to be travelling, an hour, 2 hours
we want
maximum?
to do an hour, 2 hours the maximum on a dark night, because of the time we get there. We're going to be leaving when it's dark. We're going to be getting there when it's dark.
And for them sort of cheeky weekends we've just done.
Oh yes.
You know,
Cheeky
you're going on
weekends.
Friday, but you're coming back on Sunday morning. But it's so nice to be just somewhere calm,
Chilled.
quiet, chilled. It's just really nice. We've had a cracking weekend this weekend, haven't we?
Yeah. Thanks, John and Craig.
Yeah, we have to mention John and Craig, because it was John's 39th birthday, and they kind of rung us on Wednesday.
To say, are you going to come and see us? And we and ahed. And I went, what time will they let us on the site? Oh, you can get on the site till 9 o'clock at night. Right, we'll go.
So I rung the site on Thursday, booked it on the Thursday, and we went on the Friday.
Yeah.
And I think we've got that as well, where some sites want to keep people that were doing 3, 5 or 7 nights. They don't want people who are just doing the weekend, because it's not economically viable for them. And it was so last minute as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of sites around the country that really sort of will say, yeah, it's last minute. Come and join us. And we were talking this morning to Sandra at Thornbrook Barn, weren't we?
Yeah.
And Sandra and Alan own Thornbrook Barn over at Ingleton.
Yeah.
And they prefer to have people that will obviously book for 5 or 7 nights. But we'd only booked for 2 nights, but we'd booked very, very last minute.
Yeah.
And we'd managed to get a pitch, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which
Wasn't a small pitch, though.
No, it wasn't a small pitch by any stretch of the imagination. We could have had an 8 metre van with an awning and all the rest of it. For what did we pay? £20?
£20 a night we paid.
So
it's good. It is good going.
We're thinking 2021, 20 quid a night is pretty much average.
Yeah, but it's like I've said to you, if we wanted to go away in a hotel for 2 nights, you're talking a couple £100.
Yep, absolutely. And I think they were charging 25 quid
for the
fully serviced,
which is good.
And we could have got fully serviced pitch as well, but because we're only doing 2 nights, we just opted for a standard pitch, use the aqua roll, and we were literally about 20-30 metres from the Elson Point. Water was about the same sort of distance. It was a really nice site, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So let us know in the description how you winter caravan, because I think caravans now, anything, we had the Bailey Orion, and I would quite happily have wintered in that caravan.
Yeah.
With the Wales system.
Right,
so if you've got
cold.
But if you've got the Alder system, that's going to be a more even heater on your caravan. Are you caravanning right the way through the winter? With the Whale complete heat, we're not going to even think about it, are we?
No.
Winter caravan is going to be no problem whatsoever,
The other thing, if you lose your electric this year and your gas, we come underneath to live.
We were actually talking about that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they were talking on the TV about there's going to be power cuts and gas shortages and this, that and the other.
And
we actually have the caravan. We have the caravan on the drive. We're going to actually move out of the house into the caravan because we've got everything here. So,
battery.
How do you find your caravan? And do you think, if needs must, would you move into the caravan?
I definitely would.
We would, but would you? Let us know in the comments. Right, that's Caravan Catchup. This is October 2021.
17th.
The 17th. I'm
for my daughter's
we're
birthday.
recording this in the afternoon. I'm on night shift at midnight, so we're going to fire out so I can go to bed, get
Have
some
a
kip
couple of
before I go to
hours.
sleep, before I go to work, and let us know in the comments if you're going to winter caravan, where you're planning on going, and you know what your thoughts are about how it's going to be for you, how you're going to look after your aqua roll, keep it so it's not going to freeze.
Does it need
Do-
a jacket?
Yeah,
Isn't that?
do you use a jacket? Do you need a jacket? Are you just going to carry on as normal? And more importantly, if you want us to come and join you on a site,
Just let us know.
give us a comment or drop us a message, drop us an email, and if we're floating around, because we've been collared by a few people, and like I said, we didn't think we'd go to a little site in Ingleton and be collared by a couple that live probably about 30 miles from us here, up the road in Stanley, saying, "You the Coffeevaners?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, tell us
Watch
about
her
it.
on YouTube.
So, if you want us to come and meet you, we'll have a chat. We'll give you a shout out on the channel. Drop a message below. Drop us an email, and we'll see if we can catch up with you. We also want to say real sorry to Joe and Chris, because they sent us a message because they're coming up to Durham.
And we down
Unfortunately,
Yorkshire.
they're from Yorkshire, and we're heading
To Yorkshire.
down to Yorkshire when they're coming this way, so we can't catch up with
So
you.
sorry to the behaviours.
Sorry.
You come to Durham, we going down to the neck of your woods.
Right. On that note,
Let's go.
you take care, stay safe, take it easy, enjoy your winter caravanning. If you're putting it into storage, you know, there's loads of channels that have done some fantastic videos about what you need to do to store your caravan over winter. Also think if you've got it on your drive, like us with the whale system, you've got that frost setting on your caravan. Make use of it. Caravan Vlogger did a thing about the floor system to blow the stuff down. I think last weekend did one about winter caravanning. Martin the Caravan Nuts done some good stuff. There's loads of channels out there. Have a good search if you're putting your caravan in storage to make sure. I think Ian and Claire did one from last week. Lover Caravans as well, didn't they? So do a real good search about storing your caravan over winter and making sure you keep it in the best condition. Other than that, maybe over the winter period, because we're going to caravan all the way through, we might catch up with you on site. Till then, you take care, stay safe, happy caravanning, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Ta-da.